Hey, what's up? It's Greg from Fisherman's Headquarters, and today is Thursday, October 10th. I'm up here in the Mid-Island Surf, taking a quick stroll here to share an updated fish report with you folks. Right now, off the LBI Surf, we've got surf in the, 1 to 3 foot range, I'd call it. Still some residual, lingering, powerful energy, but on the smaller side of things. Left over from Kirk. Hurricane Kirk kind of spun out offshore, did a recurve, and is off in the distance now. And I think Leslie's kind of coming along behind it. Both of those are ocean-going, Atlantic storms that are not a threat to land, much different than Milton there down in Florida. So hopefully everybody down there is going to recover okay. It looks like it's a total disaster. On the fish report side of things here on Long Beach Island, I've got low tide right now. Incoming tide, 1 o'clock this afternoon is going to be the high tide, so we got incoming tide really all morning here. Right now you got a little bit of a breezy northwest wind coming down the beaches. As you kind of see behind me, water is pretty clean. We've had that swell for a number of days, but the water's been pretty clean. Not much weed here on the beaches. I got some beautiful pockets. That northeast blow that we had for a while, persistent northeast blow, that finally kind of quit out, and then those longer period ground swells kind of came through, really chewed the beaches up, and really left us with some nice looking pockets. As you look behind me, I got a little bowl that I'm walking through now. There's a little point there. I'll spin real quick. Hopefully it don't get you nauseous, but you see here where I'm walking up towards another bowl. As you look down the beach here where I'm at, Mid-Island Surf, you've got just bowl and point, one after the other. Beautiful looking water. I have not really ventured on much other areas of the island, so I can't share where else, what the other beaches look like. But Mid-Island beaches, say Brant Beach, right through to North Beach Haven. I'm walking through the town of Pahila Park right now, Brighton Beach. Beautiful looking water. At low tide, there's pockets of water inside. There's somewhat of an outer bar. With a 9-foot plug-in rod, I can easily reach the outside of that bar there and fish that rip that it's kind of forming right in front of me. Just to help somebody out that might not have any idea about that. That's a nice little beautiful rip right over there. Hope that's the right angle. See, there's a bar up in that direction, a little rip sucking out here, nice little pocket of water in tight right over here. Right now off the beaches of LBI, we've got a lot of bluefish. Bluefish in the, say, 1/2 to 2 pound range, most of them around 1 pound. Lots and lots of bluefish, most of those being caught on mullet and also small metal lures. You can fish a Hopkins, Castmaster, diamond jig, any of that stuff. Small poppers, small swimming plugs, all that's gonna get it done. These smaller bluefish are active. There's fish along the front beaches. They're up in the inlet, and there's still some bluefish in the bay. Actually, heard of some bigger bluefish in the bay. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully see some bigger bluefish showing up on the beaches of LBI soon. But right now, we've got a good amount of them, and they've been pretty active here for a while. Like I said, in about that 1 to 2 pound range. There are kingfish on the beach, and there's a few striped bass around. Very few off the surf side, but we're hoping that it increases soon. There's been a few surfside stripers caught recently. As far as the Long Beach Island Surf Fishing Classic goes, this Saturday will be the first full week of it. There's been some good fishing, a lot of fishing activity, both with tog up in the inlet, with bluefish in the inlet, and also the surf, and also kingfish off the surf. All those species are getting weighed in, caught by anglers fishing, participating in Long Beach Island Surf Fishing Classic. And as you know, it's a 9-week surf fishing tournament. It started last Saturday, runs until December. So be sure to jump into that, join. It's $40, lots of awesome prizes to win. There's also a catch and release division too once the striped bass fishing starts teeing off. As far as striped bass fishing goes, I can say we did have a weigh-in from Ricky Rasul. He checked in a striped bass this morning. I think that was right around 29.5-inch fish. I forget exactly what it weighed, but yeah, I think it was 29 and a quarter, something like that. It was good to see. I think he got that on a paddle tail, an NLBN, no live bait needed. That's a soft bait paddle tail. So stoked to see if he got the first striped bass in the Derby. Like I mentioned, there's been lots of weigh-ins with bluefish. I know we had a couple weigh-ins yesterday. I'm not sure about today so far. But yesterday, Dante Jr., I know Dante called, said he was hitting the beach. His son, Jr., got some bluefish off the surf. I think he also caught some out-of-season fluke. So he had some activity. Earlier this week, or last few days, we've had a bunch of different anglers catching fish on the surf, so it's good to see. I can share the biggest striped bass that I know of that was just recently caught yesterday. Buddy Bob Haynes was fishing Barnegat Light. Said he was catching tons of bluefish in the inlet. He decided to go fish some live bait in the bay. Caught 3 striped bass. One of them was a nice one. I'll toss that up. And what I'll add to that is the water temperatures are decreasing, so we got some new striped bass showing up in the areas. And the way I know that's a brand new fish is if you take a look at that side, it basically looks to me, the missing scales, and like you almost see like just skin without the scales, is basically a healing, say, lesion area or damage to that fish that occurred from microbacteriosis, which is a bacteria that grows on striped bass. I believe it's all started out of the Chesapeake Bay. I'm not an expert on all this stuff, but that's my take on it. I know a lot of those fish that have those red, wicked, say, flesh-eating lesions, that bacteria growing on them that gets underneath their scales and slime coat, can really chew them up and damage the fish's, say, outer protection layer. And once it gets in there, it starts eating their flesh up. It gets pretty gnarly. But that fish looks to me one of the first times I've seen one that's more healed. So it'd be kind of interesting to see if I can try to talk to a scientist or two that knows a little more about microbacteriosis and see if it can actually be, I don't know, maybe naturally fought by the fish to kill it off. Obviously, we're not going to go give them medication, but I've caught a lot of striped bass over the years that have had it, and I've never kept and harvested a striped bass that had it. I was always thinking that it's better off left back in the ocean. Some of them look really gnarly. I almost don't even want to touch them, only because I've gotten spined and cut by fish. Next thing you know, my hand's infected. Last thing I need to do is have microbacteriosis growing on my arm or something like that. I'm not sure if it actually can be grown on a human being, but would be kind of interesting to know all about that stuff. But yes, without going too far down that rabbit hole, the fish that Bob Haynes caught was in the Bayside. He's fishing up the north end. Like I said, he caught a few fish, but that's definitely a nice size fish in the 15, if not 20 pound class range that he caught fishing live bait. Like I said, for sure that's got to be a traveling fish coming around. Very, very rarely, I don't think I've ever caught a summertime striped bass here caught local species, local fish that are hanging around, local striped bass that are in the Barnegat Bay in the summertime with microbacteriosis. It's always during the fall and spring runs. Most times it's those Chesapeake Bay fish. Is that the first run of Chesapeake Bay fish cruising through the area, heading back down south? Possibly, maybe, maybe not. I'll leave that up for debate. I think so. One thing I will say is I got some surf action in the other day. There's been some awesome surf on the beach of LBI from that offshore hurricane Kirk that's pulled out. And I can share the water's getting cooler. Water temperature was 66 degrees just, was that Monday or Tuesday? So water temperature right now is probably even cooler. As I'm strolling the beaches, it is a cool, cold morning, a little breezy like I mentioned. The sun's out, so it's a nice day. Kind of a little chilly though in a sweatshirt. Might be time for the next report, I might have a beanie on. But the temperature of my truck, when I dropped my little guy off at the bus this morning, was 50 degrees here on LBI, 50 degrees in the air. And the water temperature is about mid-60s. I would take a wild guess, say it's about 66. That's what I had the other day, and that's what I believe it's still at. But we are on the decline. I see some colder days, just like today, tomorrow, next day. I think it's going to bounce back. I'll have a little sunnier afternoons. Hopefully things will warm up and be comfortable for those anglers fishing the beaches. But yes, the water's dropping. It's October 10th. You got mid-moon right now. It's a transition to fall. It's happening right now. There's fish here on LBI. Fishermen getting caught. It should only be getting better. Hopefully everybody's getting out there and enjoying this awesome fall season that we've had. And hopefully the fall run really gets cranking on all cylinders really soon. If you want to get out there right now, like I mentioned, there's plenty of tog action, plenty of kingfish action on the beach, plenty of bluefish, and there's more striped bass showing up every single day. Once again, it's Greg at Fisherman's Headquarters. Have a great day.